The Houston Rockets loom as a real suitor in free agency. The Rockets know that to make a James Harden trade, they've got to get maximum value back in the trade market. They don't need to rush this process. I mean, obviously, they do have him under contract for 2 more years.
The X factor of this, does Houston even want him back?
Right.
Do they want the sideshow of James Harden, who will stunt the growth of the kids?
Back, and I don't believe he's going back. I don't even believe he wants to go back, but he just wants his money.
James Harden just made things very interesting. With free agency looming, the 10-time All-Star guard is still fully capable of making an impact on a championship-level team. Rumors have come out recently of James Harden returning to Houston, and I think it's a real possibility. What's up, guys? My name is Jake from At The Buzzer, and I'm back with another video. Today, I want to talk about James Harden and what a reunion with the Houston Rockets could look like going into his 15th season. Before I start, make sure you guys smash that like button and subscribe to At The Buzzer if you want to see more content like this. Let's get into it. Regardless of how you feel about James Harden, and whether or not you decide to judge him by his playoff shortcomings, he is without a doubt a top 5 shooting guard of all time, and probably the best of the 2010s. If we're talking legacy, the majority of people are going to remember Harden for the video game-like numbers he put up in his 9 years with the Houston Rockets. I mean, just look at what James Harden was doing. This guy was playing on rookie difficulty, and it felt like we would get these performances from him on a weekly basis. Harden will always be a Rocket in my eyes, so it seems fitting that he is flirting with the possibility of coming home. However, I am a little puzzled on where his priorities lie. Although the 76ers lost in the second round this year, James Harden is still paired up with the reigning MVP of the league in Joel Embiid. He's also surrounded with some solid role players like Tyrese Maxey and Tobias Harris. Sure, Philly's roster is far from perfect, but does he really think he has a better chance of competing with the talent that is currently in Houston? Well, the answer to that question may just surprise you. Not only do the Rockets have a handful of young rising talent, but they also have lots of salary cap flexibility and are definitely one of the bigger markets in the NBA. Houston has 13 players under contract going into next season, but they also have the 4th overall pick in the draft and $62 million in cap space. Talk about assets. The Rockets are eligible to sign Harden to a 4-year, $201 million deal this offseason. That would leave them with about $17 million worth of cap space and the $7.7 million mid-level exception. There has also been rumblings of the Rockets pairing their 4th overall pick in a package with Kevin Porter Jr. to pursue a superstar making north of $40 million. Their options are endless, which is another reason why I believe Harden is strongly considering coming home. It will be interesting to see how this summer plays out for not only Harden, but for the Rockets as well. First, I want to take a look at how Harden would fit into the current Rockets roster. If they signed him straight up and made no other moves, the roster would probably go as follows. Point guard, James Harden. Shooting guard, Jalen Green. Small forward, Kenyon Martin Jr. Power forward, Jabari Smith Jr. And center, Alperen Sengun. Now, I know what you're thinking, Jake, this is a play-in team at best. There's no way this team wins a title or even has a chance to compete, and honestly, I think you're right. But I believe if the Rockets come to their senses and trade the 4th overall pick along with KPJ and some other assets, they can come away with a guy like Pascal Siakam, maybe Mikal Bridges, or even DeMar DeRozan. And this could become really scary for the league. Pairing James Harden and another solidified star along with a plethora of young guys could allow the Rockets to contend for the next decade plus. Finally, I want to look at other potential destinations for Harden. Because according to most everything I've read, reports say there are only 2 ways this plays out, and that's Harden re-signing with Philly or going back to Houston. If I'm being honest though, I think Harden has multiple options here. I mean, yes, he is certainly past his prime, and signing any player in their 15th season comes with major risk, but I'm sure there are definitely some other teams around the association that want in on the James Harden sweepstakes. One of those teams that I want to take a closer look at is the Phoenix Suns. Given that they just waived CP3, I think Phoenix is the perfect sleeper team to target Harden this summer. I mean, you have KD, who is a longtime friend of Harden, dating back to their OKC days. Devin Booker seems like a very well-liked guy around the league, and he would make it easy for Harden to average 12 assists. Harden even played his college ball at Arizona State, so he's definitely familiar with the area. If you are Phoenix and you are essentially just swapping Chris Paul for James Harden, you have to feel pretty great about your title chances going into next year. Ultimately though, if I had to make a prediction as to where Harden goes, I really think he winds up back in a Rockets jersey. Houston certainly feels like home for Harden, and with him going into the final stages of his career, I think it makes perfect sense. I can't wait to see how things play out this summer, and I'm on the edge of my seat just waiting to see who signs the beard. Those are my thoughts, guys. Please leave your thoughts in the comments below. Will James Harden go back to Houston? Does he sign with Philadelphia? Or will a mystery team swoop in and sign him out of nowhere? Let me know what you think. Thank you again so much for watching this video. If you haven't already, please smash that like button and subscribe to @TheBuzzer. This has been Jake, and I'm out.